everybody, welcome to my channel Smart Kids Hub. I am Reena, and in this channel you will find everything related to coding and abacus, that too in a very easy and simplified manner. So in today's video we will see what is the difference between void main and int main. Okay, so before watching that, please do watch the previous video, which is Learn C program basics in just 60 minutes. So please do check that video also. So without wasting time, let's move on to the video. Friends, we know that our syntax is hash include stdio.h. That is, first we'll include both the header files, correct? So this is what preprocessor will tell the compiler to include the standard input output header file, and in this case it will tell the compiler to include the console input output header file. So after including these two header files, the function that is within which all the executable lines will come is the main function, correct? So main, you might have seen that in some of the books, or some people use void main and some people use int main. So today I'll tell you what is the difference between these two. Okay, so void means, what is the meaning in our dictionary? What is void? That is, void means it is empty. Okay, so this actually, before this main, whatever comes is what? The return type. Okay, it is the return type. So some value will be returned. So to whom it is written, that we'll see now. So void means it is empty. That means what? The return value will be empty. There will not be any return value, correct? But here something is there which is int. Int means what? Integer, correct? So some data type, that is some integer return type, will be there in this case. But usually what people say is to follow this, that is int main, because in all the programs, that is only for the basic programs, you will use this void main, but for the advanced programs and all, you have to definitely use this int main. Okay, so I'll just explain you with a real-time example. That is, if a company has a owner and employee, okay, and employees are there under him. So if an employee is making something, if a project is given to an employee and the employee is implementing the project, then what should happen is, after he has done that, to whom he has to submit all the things? To the owner. That is the main who is there at the head should know what is happening. Okay, only if he sanctions it or he approves it, that particular project will be said as it is successful, or it has been completely implemented, or if any corrections has to be there or any error is there, who will tell that? The owner of the company will tell that, correct? This is the procedure that we follow. But if the owner, that is the owner of the company, if he is making some rule, then is there anyone to change that? No, he is the one who will say that this is the project, this was done and this is successfully implemented, you can take it forward. That means what? It is correct. There is no error in that, correct? He has already said that this is the rule that is to be followed, and everyone in the office has to follow that. There will not be any changes, right? So similarly, we have in this void main and int main. So void main, whenever we have void main, the owner, there is no owner for this void main. Okay, this is the main function itself is the owner. But whenever we say that it is int main, this int main will come under the employee example. That is, they will be the employee, and whatever data they are taking, that has to be submitted to an owner. Okay, so who is the owner in this case is the operating system. That is, the main function is not the one who is performing all, that is, he is not the one who is taking the data from the user and making all the operations are being done by the main and it is giving the output. It is not like that. Who is there above the main is the operating system. Okay, so whatever values the user gave, or whatever data type or the variable declaration, whatever the user makes, all those things will go where? Yes, it will go to the operating system, and the operating system is the one who will check, that is, all the lines which are there within this function, all the lines will be checked by whom? All the lines will be checked by the operating system, and then the operating system will tell whether it is successfully completed, is there any error or not. All those things will be decided by whom? By the operating system. That's why we give a line that is return 0 before the closing curly brace. So why? So that is every line has to end with a semicolon. That is, whenever this int main starts, what happens? It will first come to the first line. First line, if it is having no error, it will execute, and then it will come to the second line. Second line also no error, it will come to the third line. Third line also no error, it will come to the fourth line, and finally no error means it will come to the return 0. So this return 0 is something which the operating system knows. So as soon as it reaches this line, that is return 0, this operating system knows that there is no error in this program and the output will be displayed. Okay, there is no error, that is each and every line has been executed successfully, it has been taken properly, and then all the operations are performed properly, and then once it reaches the return 0, it will display the output on the screen when we run the program. Okay, that's why we give what? Return 0 whenever we have int main. In case of void main, we never give return 0 because there is no operating system. Okay, so in case if there is any error when we use this int main, what happens is after the first line, second line, if in case we have not given a semicolon over there, so what will happen is this line has an error. So at that time itself it will come out of the program and it will say, that is first line it will compile, second line there is an error, so it will come out of the program and it will show that there is an error in the program. Okay, so I hope now you understood why we use int main. So whenever we have bigger programs and all, then what will happen is everything, that is all the variables has to be stored. So where it will be stored? It will stored in the operating system, and from the operating system we will retrieve the data, and if we have to rewrite the data, that is value of a, if it is keeping on changing, if we have to rewrite the data, that time also it will get rewritten over where? In the operating system. I hope you understood this. That is whichever program you want, you can use this. So I would recommend everyone to use this pattern, that is int main and return 0. Okay, but in case of void main means there should not be any error because there is nobody to check it. So whatever you are writing, that has to be correct. Okay, if it is not correct, it will run the program, but you will get some invalid outputs. Okay, so the answer won't be correct or it will not display any output. So something like that you'll get. So whenever you are giving void main, that means your answer, that is your program, should be correct. That is each and every line has to execute correctly. There should not be any error, that is it should not come out of the program, that is during the execution it will not come out of the program. That's why we are giving void when there is nobody to check in. So in this simple programs like printf and something within printf, so like this programs and all, we can give void main. There's no need to check anything. We know that there is only one line, that is void main printf. There is no data type declaration, there is no variable declaration, there is no need of data types, nothing is there. Therefore in these type of programs we can give void main, but I would recommend everyone to use what? Int main, because whenever you go to advanced program, if you are using this one, that is void main, then suddenly you will start using int main. That time there will be a confusion for you also. That is why before we use this and why before now we are using this. So these two, I hope you understood what is the difference between these two. In this there is no return value, that is no return value to the operating system. In this there is a return value, so to whom it is giving? It is giving to the operating system. So whatever is to be implemented, or I can say is to be executed, that has to be returned within the main function, but main is not the person who is doing everything. He is not the main function. Okay, that is the main person. So whatever he has to give to whom? He has to give to the operating system, who is above the main function. So I hope you all understood what is the difference between these two. Please do watch my another video also, which is to learn the basics of C programming in just 60 minutes. So I have covered all the theory part, that is the basic theory part, that is all the syntax, everything I have covered over there, and I have also shown you how to write program in a very easy manner. So please do check that video also. And this is my new channel, so please, if you like my video, please like and share with your friends, and please do subscribe my channel and hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I upload my next video. So see you in my next video. Until then, it's bye from Reena.